Hi, my name is William Kaijage. The names can appear down here. And I would like to talk about the presentation about funding of new venture, which was done by Arthur Terry and Mrisha Mlindoko. I would like to highlight about two main areas. Number one is to acknowledge that the presentation has mentioned a total of 11 methods. And according to experience, the 5 most popular when it comes to funding of new ventures. Number one is debt capital. Number 2 is equity capital. Number 3 is angel investors. Number 4 is venture capitalist. And then number 5 is bootstrapping and a source of money from friends and from yourself. But the presentation has not mentioned one method, which is called crowdfunding. Crowdfunding is becoming very popular these days. Crowdfunding is using the best use of popularity of internet and the social networks to raise funds through internet. That is number 1. Number 2, the second thing which I would like to talk about is debt capital. Debt capital, one of the areas which they've mentioned is to take a loan from a bank. According to experience of Tanzania, it is very difficult to get a loan, especially for a new startup. Why? First of all, the new companies, they are regarded to be high risky. And according to studies, it has shown that most of the new companies, they fail within the first 2 years. So when it comes to Tanzania, taking a loan from a bank is not very practical. So in a nutshell, those are 2 areas which I would like to talk about. Thank you.
My name is Felix Kavindi, MBA 3 student, group number 7, 19th to 22 hours. The presentation under my review is financing a new venture. Generally, the presentation was presented well by presenters because it is short, clear, and understandable. However, there are a few grammatical mistakes in some paragraphs which need to be improved. If you look at the start of paragraph 3, there is a sentence ending with a question mark. I think the sentence looks like a heading which needed to be bolded, but they didn't do so, and that is a writing mistake. In conclusion, the presentation is good, which need to be appreciated. Thank you, presenters.
Hi, Dr. Darlene and my fellow MBA students. My name is Goodluck Amosi from group number 7. My presentation will focus on the legal requirement in running the business in Tanzania. I acknowledge the work done by presenters on giving the highlights on running the business legally here in Tanzania. But there are areas where more clarification should be highlighted, especially on business license. Apart from getting them from the local government, these licenses are available from other government institutions like the Ministry of Industries and Trade, mining license from the Ministry of Mining. So it depends basically on the nature of your business. Also, they should touch and present the compliance issues like WCF, which means Workers' Compensation Fund, NSSF, and OSHA for their staffs. OSHA means Occupational Safety and Health Authority. Failure to comply with this, it will attract more penalties. Thank you.
My name is Vicent Simon. I'm presenting from group number 7. I would like to give my insight on the legal requirement as presented. First of all, the presenters drew big attention only on big business and they didn't consider the requirement for small business. But it is not true that for the business to operate under legal fraternity, that those points that have been highlighted must be met. The small business to operate, they only need to be registered for tax payment and acquire business license, but it is not necessary for those business to register business name or to have intellectual property right. That can only be applied for big business. And the requirement of the law for some business to register for VAT has been stipulated in VAT Act.
My name is Mhelela. I'm presenting from group number 7. My presentation will focus on financial management in small business. I appreciate the importance of financial management provided by presenters, although most of financial information provided in small business is not accurate due to poor record keeping. Therefore, even annual budget prepared by small business does not reflect the reality of the business. Also, tax payable per annum is not accurate due to wrong information used during preparation of financial information. Thank you.
Hi, my name is Rehemea Wahab Masapa from group number 7. My presentation will focus on presentation number 4, management in a small business, and I will talk about employees management in a small business. From the presentation, the presenters talked much about employee satisfaction and well-being. I think that is very important to any business because providing various incentives to employees will enable the employees to increase its performance and also company performance as a whole. But from the presentation, the presenters didn't talk about hiring the best candidates. I think it is very important to any business, especially for a small business, to hire right employees so as to enable the company to grow and also to reach its targets within the required period. Thank you.
My name is Regina Issack from group 7. I'd like to give my comments on how to establish a small business. According to my observation, I have seen that presenters were missing a very important point for the start of any small business, and that is the source of finance. As we know, the source of finance is very important to be known by anyone who wants to establish a business. So it is important to include source of finance as one of the steps so that the one who is going to establish a business will know where to get the fund, which can be through borrowing, etc., depending on the needed amount and available options. Thank you.
My name is Devothat Sanga, MBA student from group number 7, and I'm here to talk shortly on the presentation prepared by our fellow students on how to establish a small business. Shortly, they have done a very good job on preparing this presentation. They talked on the issue of registering business names and getting certificates from TRA, BRELA, and the other institution. This is a very important thing to do when starting a small business. But I can see that they have generalized the formal sector and the informal sector. When starting a small business, especially in the informal sector, it's not easy for them to follow all the processes that they have presented in their presentation. So I think in their presentation, it could be very nice if they could differentiate between a formal sector, the processes to follow when establish a formal sector, maybe, and an informal sector. Thank you for listening.